Jas here. Now today I would just like to touch on a video that I watched yesterday, and it was about small businesses and how entrepreneurs function. So this is what I'm going to share with you. So you and I know that most entrepreneurs, I mean even myself when I started out, I had that thinking that in order to successfully launch or succeed as an entrepreneur, we need a lot of capital. And when we talk about capital, we are talking about money. Now interestingly, the thing about money is that those who have money usually lack the ideas, and those who have the ideas lack the money. So is money really that important when you are starting out your own business startup or your own hustle? So this is what I found out from that video, and I think this is very insightful and I want to share this with you. So in that video, the man who was basically a preacher, he was saying that essentially we make money as entrepreneurs when we know how to utilize opportunities. Okay, so let me repeat that again for you. As entrepreneurs, you make money when you know how to capitalize on opportunities. And so he continued by saying that you do not make money from having capital or having money to start off your initial startup. You make money when you are able to spot an opportunity to make money. So for example, if you are in a market and you realize that that market requires something, a need or a want, that is an opportunity, and if you are able to come into that market or provide a solution for that opportunity, then that is when you make it. And then of course most of us will say, just you still need to have money in order for you to go into that market of opportunity. Correct. Then again, if you are able to spot an opportunity that perhaps do not require a lot of capital or a lot of money to just go in, you just need a basic service or a basic idea, just a solution, then perhaps you can make money off that opportunity just with that, knowing how to come into that market, into that opportunity to make the money. So for example, if you are also able to utilize, like Robert Kiyosaki likes to say, other people's money, and you come into that opportunity, then that is something that you might want to consider as a solution. So essentially what the man is trying to say is that as an entrepreneur, think opportunities, not think money first. Because when you are able to spot a good opportunity and you think that you can come in with the right solution, then you start sourcing out the capital, or you start sourcing out the needed resources, collaborations and networks, then you have a higher chance of making that opportunity profitable, maximize that opportunity to be a money-making opportunity for you, instead of having just money and not knowing where you can find that opportunity or how to spot that opportunity. And this essentially ties in with what I practiced when I was in school. When I was in primary school, I realized that kids back then did not have enough money to actually buy comic books. So I had a skill and talent for drawing comics. So what I did was I spotted an opportunity and I bought that scrapbook where there were blank pages, and what I did was actually filled up that blank pages in that scrapbook with my own cartooning skills. I drew cartoons, comics, and I still remember that the first comic book I wrote or I drew was this thing called the Dragon. So this dragon was actually a fictitious character inspired by Bruce Lee, so I drew a character in that sense, and I filled up that, I think, around 20 pages of scrapbook, and I bought it for only $2.80 if I'm not mistaken. I spent a week just filling up that book with images, with cartoons, and I wrote my own storyline. And at the end of 2 weeks or so, I sold that book for $12. So I spotted an opportunity, and amazingly there was buyer who were interested in my comics. So I thought that that was a fantastic opportunity that I capitalized. I did not use a single cent of my money or my parents' money or my grandma's money. I just used strictly my talent, and there was an opportunity to sell that comic book, and I did it. So point to note, for those of you who wants to start out on your own initiative or your own entrepreneurial hustle, start by looking for opportunities and find an opportunity that requires the least amount of capital or perhaps no capital at all, because that is when you can actually maximize the highest profit return if you actually made the solution for that opportunity. So I think that having opportunity instead of a lot more capital money is more important in starting up your entrepreneurial hustle. Okay,